What is up, everybody? Welcome to this new video of Tech Express. I'm going to be showing you 7 things, easily stuff that you can sell into Etsy, digital products that are going to be really easy to create and then later on to sell. And for this, I'm going to be using a tool that can be helping me to create all of these designs, all of these templates, all of this stuff. And this one is called the actual Canva. Now here into Canva, you can do almost whatever you wanted to. I mean, you speak about the social media, presentations, whiteboard, docs. So I looked up for some ideas into the internet for what we can sell, but I personally asked the ChatGPT what we can actually sell into Etsy and what is like the best product to sell here into Etsy. So the very first thing that I can totally suggest you to sell is a printable wall art. So if I focus here into the Etsy.com, what you want to do first of all before you create your product, you wanted to make a research of what people are doing speaking about the actual product. So I'm going to go for printable wall art designs, and here as you can see we do have more than 2 million results with ads. So what this means is that there's actually a lot, but truly a lot of people making this actual listing into the Etsy. So doing this into Canva is not that hard. What I can do is to actually focus into Canva, for example, here, create a new design, or go into my templates. And here I'm going to be focusing into the 1000 templates, go for wall art or printable wall art only. Well, these are my keyword actually. Then it's going to be appearing a lot of templates that I can choose to make my wall art. For example, I can use this one. So I can customize this template as myself as I wanted to. So instead of having the same colors here, maybe I can delete these palette and I can change, let's say for example, this colors for something else. Let's say for example, this is something whiter, or I can go into my elements and then later on I can add, let's say for example, some graphics, and then I can add some text, whatever. So what you can do is to be creative here into Canva and then later on try to sell that here into Etsy. The second thing, it would be digital planners. Now digital planners, once again, you can do this into Word, you can do this into Google Sheets, you can do this into Google Docs. What I personally use once again is Canva. Now here into Canva, once again, I'm going to delete my wall art. Let's go for digital planner. And now as you can see, we do have a lot, but truly a lot of templates that we can use to sell, to use here, and then later on we can sell this here into Etsy. Of course, what you wanted to do is to customize this template as your own, because you don't want to copy paste and gain money for people who actually do this. So instead of, let's say for example, having the same font here, I can choose, let's say for example, the daily planner. I click here and let's say that I want to see something like this. Instead of having this color, I'm going to do something more, let's say greener, like this. Instead of having this colors, I'm going to go for something like this. Object task, instead of having this cat, maybe I delete this. I go into my elements. Let's go for pony, for example. And I think that I kind of hit into see all to see that there's more elements that I can add into my template. Let's say, for example, that I kind of like this one, like too girly, right? But I think it's working pretty well. So I just move that, let's say for example in here, make the position into the back, for example, and there we go. So be creative. I finish here my sharing product, I here into download, I hit into the actual custom size, and once I had made the process I can go back here into Etsy. So the third thing that you can totally use to sell here into Etsy, speaking about digital products, going back, I would be some social media templates. So this would be like more, let's say, offering services. I can totally use it to maybe offer your services as a freelancer. For example, maybe you can create a post for Instagram. Once again, go into Canva, go into templates, and here into templates focused into, let's say for example, social media, and I'm going to be focusing into, I don't know, maybe Instagram post. And there's a bunch of stuff that I can use to create my actual post here as a template. So I use these elements, I post it into the actual Etsy, and then later on I can show them that I can actually create something really useful for the actual social medias. Now next, we do have the printable stickers. Now printable stickers, I believe that there's a lot of people who do this. I'm going to go over printable stickers. And here as you can see, we do have 319,000 results. I think is like less of 2 million. But at the end of the day, I think it's like working really, really great. And check it out, how does this actual sticker works. So what you wanted to do is to offer the digital stickers. You don't want to offer like the physical product. You're going to be using only the design, so people can later on download it to use it as a sticker. For example, maybe I can go here into my Canva, once again go into stickers using the template that are totally for free here into Canva, and check it out. We have lots, but truly lots of these elements. This one should be helping me a lot to make like a preview of how it's going to be looking, the stickers that I'm going to be selling, the designs of my stickers. So I delete this design, and then later on I can hit, let's say for example, into this one. I hit into copy, I delete it, and then I go into save. So this is my sticker. Of course, what you want to do is to take your time, create this as your own. Instead of going for thank you, let's go for rock on or whatever. I mean, you can be really creative here into Canva, and it's totally for free. So all of these features that I can totally, it's of course using Canva. Canva is, everything is for free here. We don't have to pay absolutely for anything. Using templates, it's totally legal, of course. All of these elements are for a free usage for yourself. Now, if I focus now into digital invitations, coloring pages, ebooks, so all of these elements that were suggested by the ChatGPT are appearing into Canva. So before we end the video, what I wanted to suggest to you, like truly a lot, is to first of all make the research of what people are actually selling into Etsy. So if I go back, let's say for example the people are all offering to create your YouTube thumbnails. So you maybe are interested in that, but check it out here. There is 2,059 results. So there's like not a lot of competition. Let's say that I wanted to make some Instagram or maybe some digital planners, and there are 489,000 actually, 944. So what I wanted to do is to make sure that there's not a lot of competition between the page, between all the people who are publishing a lot of stuffs and myself, because I want to make sure that I'm going to be actually reaching people, new client customers that actually are interested into getting started here into, that would be thumbnails for YouTube, that would be posts of Instagram, that would be even video stuff for TikTok. But if you want to offer your services, you can totally use Fiverr, for example. You can use other freelancer pages, not by Etsy. So here into Etsy, and I believe like those are like the best and most common stuff that people are selling into Etsy as digital products. And as you can see, people are actually buying this stuff. For example, take a look into this one. This one has, I'm going to scroll a little bit down here. This one has more than 8,000 reviews of 5 stars. And there's a lot of people who are actually buying this stuff. So just take in mind what people are actually looking for and make it yours. So with that being said, guys, we have now reached the very end of the video. So don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more great tools about how you can do some digital stuff to sell here into Etsy. Hopefully this was very useful for you. So thank you so much once again. And well, have lots of fun, and I will see you next time.